सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
Namaskar. Warm welcome you all on this live interactive session present by CIET NCERT. My name is Trajan Rajput and this is a session of Sahyog. As you all know that Sahyog and Paricharcha sessions are conducted by Manodarpan for psychosocial support and mental well-being of students and viewers who are connected with us, and this is under the initiative of Ministry of Education under the roof of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. You all are watching us on Avidya channel number 6 to channel number 12 and beyond this on our official YouTube channel. These are NCERT official and NCERT PM Avidya class 6 to class 12 YouTube channels. My name is Trajan Rajput and as this is a Sahyog session to discuss a needful topic, and the topic is disciplining the mind for maximum success in life. So if you have any queries and doubt regarding this topic, so there are many mediums to connect with us. So first note down the number of Manodarpan counselors number for any kind of help. The number is 844-844-0632. And another number is our IVR number, that is 8800-440-559. And either you can write to us on the mail ID of our official Sahyog program, and the ID is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. If you all are watching us on our official YouTube channel, so live chat box option is available to drop your comment and queries and your feedbacks also. So let's quickly meet to our today's panelist. We are joined by Ma'am Dr. Basansy Kharlukhi, Associate Professor in Education, Head of Department DEE NERIE NCERT Shillong. Ma'am, namaskar, warm welcome.
Namaskar and good afternoon.
So we are also joined by Ma'am Mrs. Shivani Laishram. Ma'am is a practicing counselor. Ma'am, namaskar, warm welcome.
Yes, good evening. Thank you so much.
Good evening, ma'am. So we have an important topic to discuss here. If you want to get maximum success in their life, so discipline definitely play an important role here. So we'll start with the first question to you, ma'am, Dr. Basansy. So what do you understand by disciplining the mind for achieving success in life?
Yeah, all right. So before we start with the discussion, I would just like to wish a very good evening to all the viewers and
good
of
evening,
course CIT and my co-panelist Shivani Laishram. So when we are talking today about disciplining the mind for achieving greater success in life, when we talk about disciplining the mind, it is nothing actually but training your thoughts, your emotions, your as well as action in order to align with your long-term goals. So here actually it involves developing self-control, improve focus, resilience, and build consistency to make better decision, and also overall to overcome challenges. So here it's not just about willpower, but it is all about developing a mindset and habits that lead to consistent success in, you can say, in academics, in careers, in relationship, as well as in personal growth. And when we talk about disciplining the mind, because this is very important for to become successful in whatever we do. So disciplining the mind is not a one-time effort. It requires daily practice. It requires a continuous, consistent practices, because the more consistent you are the stronger your mental discipline will be. And of course, this will definitely lead to, you can say, long-term success in life. So when we say disciplining the mind, is it is actually the key. It is a key to achieving success in any aspect of life. So the process here will involve training yourself to think, act, and make decision, so that whatever that you have, or that whatever you aim, or whatever your goal is, you can achieve that. So disciplining of the mind is very important, because sometimes, our mind, it become distracted, and we become, like thinking of unnecessary things. So disciplining of the mind is very essential, especially, if we can start at an early stage. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely. If you train your mind to get a success, you get the success definitely. We are discussing in Sahyog session topic disciplining the mind for maximum success in life. So we have another question for you, ma'am, Miss Shivani. So what is essential to work towards disciplining the mind here?
First of all, a very good evening to everyone. It's always wonderful to be on this platform and speaking on such a important topic. Now, as Basansy ma'am has thrown light on this topic, that is disciplining the mind for achieving success in life, uh, as we can see, and I believe that disciplining the mind is basically just a lifestyle change from something from sedentary to more productive. That is from moving from negative to positive. It's a routine that we have to follow on a daily basis. uh, it's not something that you practice one day and then you leave it behind. That is not somehow we can discipline our mind. Now when we talk about importance of disciplining the mind, it also means basically the benefits. Now if we look into that, I think it increases our focus and gives us a more clear sense of direction. Basically we have more clarity with our thoughts, and that way we are better able to be aligned with our decisions, with our goals. We are more concentrated and we don't easily get affected by distractions. Like if you see, like in our day to day life, all of us are surrounded by multiple distractions, but what matters is how well trained our mind is, that we are able to distract ourselves. I mean not exactly distracted, but then able to keep all these distractions away from us and constantly be focused towards our goals and concentrate on what actually is important to us. Basically, we are able to prioritize our our goals, whatever is important. Then comes building resilience. Uh, if we talk about what resilience means, it is basically the ability to bounce back from reality. We all face challenges in life, but what matters is how well we are able to learn from those mistakes and come back, bounce back from those challenges and keep working towards our goals. When we have a disciplined mind, when we are constantly training ourselves to follow a very disciplined life, we become resilient from within and are able to navigate our direction. We have, and also we, it improves our how do I call it? Basically, it enhances and also improves our emotional regulation.
Definitely,
When you
yes.
disciplined enough, automatically your emotions are, acting in such a way that you don't get carried away by any kind of negative emotions. Emotions often tend to cloud our judgments, and that leads to rash decisions. But if we are disciplined enough, then automatically we can handle ourselves, handle our emotions, manage our emotions, and we know what decisions we are taking. We have a proper self control over ourselves and not get affected by these small pleasures. We basically don't give ourselves away to these distractions around us. We are able to resist any kind of temptation. We are we are well trained to delay any kind of gratification in favor of achieving like a bigger reward. And again, we are constantly open to continuous learning. Now, when we talk about continuous learning, we also focus on how we are able to um, explore newer opportunities that comes our way. We explore new ideas. We are constantly in this. We are basically in within us comes is that we want to learn something new. We want to explore the idea. So these are some of the most important reasons why we need to discipline ourselves, and also we are better able to evaluate our decisions. We make more calculative, rational decisions instead of irrational decisions. When our mind is not disciplined, automatically our thoughts are not clear, and we often tend to jump into impulsive decisions. Rather than doing that, we evaluate what decisions we need to take. We evaluate the situation, we weigh down the choices, the options. We also look into the various consequences that follow up with these choices, and then finally come down to an option that will best suit our goals. We always have a vision. Each one of us, we have a bigger vision, but in order to achieve this vision, we need to form smaller missions, smaller goals. So in order to achieve these goals, we always need to be focused. So focus, concentration, this constant urge to learn something, the ability to not let any kind of temptation come into our way, not giving up. These are some very important factors. And if all of these factors are in play, then automatically we are basically, we can say that, okay, our mind is disciplined and we are moving towards a more routine life. Like I said, it's a journey. Disciplining the mind is a constant journey. It's not a one-day process. It's training your mind. It's just a lifestyle. And above all, like we talk so much about physical health and how we need to take care of our physical health, but I think mental health is equally more, I think, equally important as well, just like how we talk about physical health. And when our mind is disciplined, it basically fosters a balanced lifestyle. We are better able to balance every aspect of our life, be it academic, be it career, be it our personal life, all the aspects. We look into all of these aspects and we see that, okay, we are able to handle everything that comes our way, all the challenges. And I think one of the most important factor is whenever we have a disciplined mind, it attracts opportunities. We always have a positive mindset. So we are constantly moving towards, positive directions, and we try to seize these positive opportunities that comes our way. I think we can say these are also the benefits as well as the importance of disciplining the mind.
Definitely, yes, ma'am. You're very brilliantly explained the topic and disciplining the mind for maximum success in life. As you mentioned here, discipline is a journey, not for one time. So there are many challenges. So what are the various roadblocks students may face when they are trying to discipline their minds?
We can say that students often face various roadblocks, like they often face a lot of struggles and hurdles when it comes to the whole process of disciplining the mind, taking in regard the academic stress, the social pressures, or let's say the personal challenges also. I believe this is what I have noticed with the changing times, and of course keeping in mind the advancement that has come into the picture. I think digital overload can be considered one of the biggest challenges at this point of time. Like we often see that all these social media platforms and all the other digital, or maybe playing video games or other platforms like the OTT platforms, all of this has taken over the time of the students to such a great extent that it can be considered one of the major roadblocks that students are facing. Like they tend to procrastinate a lot because all they are worried about is being online on Instagram or Facebook or whatever other social media platforms are available today. Or maybe they'd rather come back home and watch a series or a movie on these OTT platforms because now it's so easily accessible to everyone. This acts like a procrastination. It because there comes this whole idea of fatigue, just uh, the inability to move out from their comfort zone and work towards their goal, like a simple goal, like, okay, I need to complete this assignment, but because at the moment watching something on the OTT platform or just being online on social media platform is so important that they tend to procrastinate a lot. It also could be that the subject matter is not of their interest, so that is also why they procrastinate a lot. Then fear of failure. They see that their peers in school are maybe better, a little better than them. Maybe, because see, every student and their capabilities are not the same, but sometimes it affects them very negatively. So they have this constant fear of failure that, okay, if I try this, if maybe I'll fail, and what will, and then comes the bigger question, what will happen if I am not successful, if I fail? The bigger, and then at that point of time, if there's lack of support or guidance from their parents or from their teachers or people around them, it brings them down automatically, and that is when they start giving up. So digital overload, I would say, is one of the biggest reasons for the roadblocks. There's procrastination, they have this constant fear of failure, they also feel overwhelmed by work. They keep on delaying so much, telling themselves that, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. And then when finally the deadline arrives, that's when suddenly it hits them that, okay, I have a lot of work that needs to be done, but then I have less time. So this acts like, again, a roadblock. Then there comes perfectionism. Many students, we notice that they always strive for perfectionism. They want to be perfect in everything. They want everything to be done in a certain manner, but it does not always happen. One needs to be patient and consistent, of course, but then this consistency does not come overnight. You have to keep on trying and trying and trying. But then again, in this process, some students become, they have this mindset that, no, I have to be perfect. And that leads to burnout. That leads to overthinking. That also leads to negative thinking. And then when they start developing a negative mindset, it starts hindering their progress. Then, of course, stress and anxiety. There's so much of academic pressure students face nowadays. There's so much of competition around them. Even nowadays, scoring a 95% is not enough to get into a good university or a college. So with this pressure, these challenges that they are surrounded by, that also acts like a roadblock. They get anxious very easily. They see their peers sometimes doing so well, and they feel that they are not good enough. So this is like a negative mindset that they are building. And of course, lack of support and guidance. If parents are constantly pressurizing them that, okay, you have to do well, you have to do well, rather than constantly pressurizing them and telling them in a way that you have to get this much, they can always talk to them in a, see, the statement always matters. How you frame your sentences and throw your statements towards your child, and how you present it to them, that always matters a lot. If you present it in a way that they feel more motivated, then definitely they will always have the zeal and interest to work towards their goals. I think these are some of the roadblocks, I believe, that students are constantly facing. And of course, there's so much more. Sometimes lack of willpower also comes into the picture.
Definitely, ma'am. So, dear viewers and students, if you want to cite these roadblocks, you have to work on yourself. अपने आप पर आपको मेहनत करने की ज़रूरत है, काम करने की ज़रूरत है. In today's Sahyog session, we are discussing the important topic, disciplining the mind for maximum success in life. So there are many roadblocks and you have to work upon it to get success, to get maximum success in life. So Dr. Basansy, throw light on the ways to cultivate disciplining the mind by students to achieve success, please.
All right. So I think we have heard about why why it is important to discipline our mind, and then why actually, if we look at this present time or generation, you can see there are so many roadblocks, and taking from that, the many roadblocks that Shivani has talked about. So it is very important, because to understand that mental discipline actually is not about perfection. It's not about becoming perfection, but it is about being persistent and consistent in whatever we are doing. She has already said that it is, it is not an overnight thing that you can discipline your mind, but it needs a lot of work and effort from us. So it's all about training the mind, how it works. And this training of the mind, actually, the training of the mind, it is about how mind should work for you and not against you. So those who master it definitely will achieve greatness. So let us talk about some of the ways you can see, because we had already talked about, procrastination. We have talked about time management. We have talked about, leaving things till the very end or till the very last, and not having a very strong, a strong habit inculcating in us. That also, some of the things that maybe we will talk about. So when we talk about disciplining of the mind, we should actually start early and start small. We should not think big and then, okay, I will start with this work right now, but think small, or start early and start small. Like, train yourself first, train your mind, like developing good habits. Very simple thing is that, waking up early. There is a saying, early to bed and early to rise make a man healthy and wise. So we can think of that, inculcating that habit, and then eat on time or eating on time, and then developing reading habits every day. All these are small things that we can start with. And then everyone have a goal. Everyone want to achieve something or to be success in life. So we have to be very clear with these goals. We have to be very clear, and then we have to create a plan. That is very important. So disciplining the mind again. How to achieve those goals? Maybe for student now, they may think, I want to score, good marks in a particular subjects. Instead of saying, I want to improve my scores or I want to improve my grades, we could actually say, okay, I will complete this task. Say, for example, mathematics. Let me complete maybe 5 to 6 math problems every day. This will help me, actually. So it will become, like a habit in me, not just, saying, okay, I want to improve my grade or my marks. Like we're talking about 95 also, it is nothing now. Sometimes even 99, you still have to fight. So we have to think about that. And then to develop strong study habit as student, all of us, we should, like when we should have when we talk about study habit, then we also talk about time management. Study habit, it should always be like, you can say, same time every day. It's not like today I'll start 7, tomorrow I'll go at 8 or at 9. That should not dictate us. In fact, we should set a timetable, create a routine, so that this can discipline. That's why we said a daily practice. We need to be persistent, we need to be consistent, and we need to work towards it. And then plan and prioritize. Nowadays, there's so many things to do. In school, there are so many activities. It's not only about academics, lots of activities. And students have to take part in all of that, because we're talking about holistic development. We're talking about that. So we have to plan and prioritize, have a clear vision, what you really want to do. Okay, and then Shivani has talked about a lot of the distraction, the roadblocks. So as students, we should try to either, control those roadblocks or remove those distractions.
Definitely,
Like
yes.
keep away the phone away from you while you're studying or while you're doing some urgent task. Keep away the phone, because those notification, even for us at this age, they keep on disturbing, and we tend to, go to the phone and then leave whatever we
Yes.
are doing. In that way, it become a distraction. So we try to create a free environment which is free from of distractions, and then practice
yes.
self-control. That is very important. Self-control. If we cannot control our mind, our thought, our
After that,
action, then it becomes very difficult. And then she talked also about failures. Now everybody was scared that we will fail, scared of failure. So in fact, we should not make it it should not be a setback. We should
Definitely,
learn
yes.
from those failures. Try to build that skill of decision making or problem solving skill. Why do we fail? What is the, why did I fail in this? Or why I could not achieve this? Why I could not do it? Those are the things that we really need to focus, instead of saying I'm not able to do, or start comparing now. We start comparing with our friends. That is, you should actually, that's why everything is like, nowadays suicide is there, because we're not able to accept failures. And then practice time management. That is very important. And surround yourself, in short, we can say surround yourself with positive influences, people, your peers, your friends who are positive about life, who talk about the pros and the cons of everything aspect of life. We should be surrounded with them, not with those negative, who can put negative things in your mind. So in short, we can say, there are many ways which we can really discipline our mind, our thoughts, because this will definitely lead to achieve greatness in life, be it in academics,
Yes,
be
ma'am.
it beyond academic. So disciplining the mind, actually, it is a skill. It is a skill that that help. You can say that helps student to remove distraction, to
Yes.
achieve, achieve success in life, both in academics and way beyond that.
Yes.
So I
So
think this
these
is
are,
very
yes, ma'am.
beneficial for student to understand about the importance of how to cultivate disciplining our mind, so that we can really do well in life.
Yes,
And it should
definitely we
start.
can do it well. As you mentioned, Dr. Basansy, there are so many ways to work on the skill discipline. So you definitely get the maximum success in life. So this is all about our today's Sahyog session, and we are discussing this important topic with our today's panelist, Dr. Basansy Kharlukhi. Ma'am, thank you so much for these wonderful words.
Thank you.
And also want to thank to you, ma'am, Mrs. Shivani Laishram. Ma'am, namaskar. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much.
So आज के सहयोग के सेशन में हमने ये सभी बातें जानी कि किस तरह से अनुशासित जीवन को अपनाकर आप अपने इस लाइफ को सक्सेस कर सकते हैं और अपने सभी गोल्स को अचीव कर सकते हैं. ये था हमारा आज का सहयोग सत्र. सो हम आपके लिए कल एक बार फिर अपने लाइव और इंटरेक्टिव सत्र लेकर आएंगे. आइए कल के प्लानर पर एक नज़र डालते हैं. कल का हमारा पहला प्रोग्राम होगा योग शक्ति का, और इसे सुबह 8 बजे प्रस्तुत किया जाएगा, 8 से 8:45 तक, चैनल नंबर 6 से चैनल नंबर 12 पर. कल योग शक्ति का विषय रहेगा योगा फॉर द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ इंसोम्निया. 12 बजे का सत्र कक्षा 10 के बच्चों के लिए इंक्लूसिव क्लासरूम का सत्र होगा. टॉपिक साइंस एंड केमिकल रिएक्शंस एंड इक्वेशंस पर बात होगी. 2 बजे कक्षा 7 के बच्चे साइंस का टॉपिक जानेंगे, न्यूट्रिशन इन प्लांट्स. 2:30 पर समय रहेगा कक्षा 7 के बच्चों के लिए मैथमेटिक्स के टॉपिक इंटीजर्स को जानने का. 3 बजे कक्षा 8 के बच्चों के लिए उर्दू का सत्र प्रसारित किया जाएगा. उन्वान है गुले अब्बास. 3:30 पर कक्षा 8 के बच्चों के लिए सामाजिक विज्ञान का विषय लेकर आएंगे संसाधन. 4 बजे का सत्र वेबिनार सत्र होगा, और 5 बजे का सत्र यानी कल का सहयोग सत्र होगा सेल्फ अवेयरनेस एंड पर्सनैलिटी डेवलपमेंट टॉपिक पर. CIT आप सभी के लिए इन सत्रों को प्रसारित करता है, जिसमें आपके मानसिक शारीरिक विकास को बताया जाता है, समझाया जाता है, और साथ ही आपके पाठ्य पुस्तक से जुड़े सभी विषयों पर नई तरीके से बातचीत होती है. उन्हें एक अलग अंदाज में आप सभी के लिए प्रस्तुत किया जाता है. यहाँ मैं सृजन आज के सहयोग सत्र से आप सभी से चाहूँगी अनुमति. गुड इवनिंग, हैव अ नाइस डे.